Do you know someone who has been fighting the same bad habits for years and always loses? They delete the apps, start a strict diet, promise they will finally change. 2 weeks later, they are right back where they started. Maybe that person is you. You know you should eat better. You know you should move more. You know you should stop scrolling until 2 a.m. Information is not your problem. Execution is. This is the story of Yoshi, a man who thought he had a discipline problem until a Japanese doctor showed him he had a system problem. And that system, once you understand it, can be used to break almost any bad habit. Yoshi was 39, tired in a way sleep could not fix. He worked long hours at a logistics company. He spent his days in front of a screen and his nights in front of a second one. Breakfast was whatever he could grab on the way out. Lunch happened at his desk, usually fast food. Dinner was in front of the TV, always with something crunchy and sweet. After that came the phone. One video, then another. One game, then another. He would look up and it was 1:30 a.m. in the morning again. His body started to send warnings. Climbing stairs left him breathless. His belt had moved out 2 notches. When his daughter asked him to play, he would say, "Not now, I'm tired," so often that she eventually stopped asking. The breaking point was small and humiliating. One evening, his 6-year-old son dropped a toy under the couch. "Dad, can you get it?" Yoshi bent down on one knee to reach under the furniture. He grabbed the toy and then realized he could not get back up smoothly. His legs shook, his stomach pressed against his chest, and he had to roll awkwardly to the side to stand. His son watched, eyes wide and silent. That night, Yoshi sat on the edge of the bed and cried. Not because of the weight on the scale, but because he had seen the look in his child's eyes. "My dad is weak." The next day, he called an old friend who had lost a lot of weight and seemed calmer, lighter in every way. "What did you do?" Yoshi asked. "Some miracle diet? Surgery?" "What?" The friend laughed softly. "No, I met a Japanese doctor who didn't give me pills. He gave me a philosophy." A week later, Yoshi sat in a small, quiet office. No posters, no machines. Just a wooden table, 2 chairs, and a window facing a garden. The doctor entered, thin, maybe in his 60s, with the posture of someone who moved with purpose. "Yoshi," he said, "tell me why you are here." So Yoshi told him everything. The late nights, the food, the toy under the couch, the shame. When he finished, he waited for a prescription, a list of forbidden foods, a workout plan. Instead, the doctor asked, "How many times have you tried to change already?" "Too many. Diets, gym memberships, detoxes. They last a few weeks. Then I break." The doctor nodded. "You tried to win a 20-year war in a 2-week battle. Of course you failed." He leaned forward. "I will not give you a diet. I will not give you a workout plan. I will give you one tiny change. So small, you will be tempted to disrespect it. Do you accept?" he asked. Yoshi was desperate. "I accept anything." "Good. From tomorrow, every morning, before you touch your phone, before you open any screen, you will drink 1 full glass of water standing up in your kitchen. That is all." Yoshi waited for the rest. It never came. "That's it?" he asked. "I have all these problems, and you give me water?" The doctor smiled. "The water will not fix your life. It will do something more important. It will prove to your brain that you can keep a promise to yourself. Right now, that is the only thing you truly lack." The next morning, Yoshi's alarm rang at 6. His hand reached for his phone on autopilot. Then he remembered. Water. He went to the kitchen, filled a glass, and drank it. No fanfare, no miracle, just one small act. Day 2, same thing. Day 3, same. On day 7, something strange happened. He woke up before his alarm, and his first thought was not phone. It was water. On day 14, he sat again in front of the doctor. "Did you drink the water every day?" the doctor asked. "Yes," Yoshi said. "I feel a bit silly. I haven't lost weight. I still sleep too late. But I did it." All 14 days. The doctor nodded. Good. You have just practiced Kaizen without noticing. Continuous improvement through microscopic changes. You did not try to climb the mountain in one leap. You just proved that you can lift your foot. Now, he continued, we add a second step. Keep the morning water. And at your main meal, put only 3/4 of what you usually put on your plate. Eat slowly. If you are still hungry after 20 minutes, you may take more. Yoshi frowned. That is too small to matter. Exactly, the doctor said. Your nervous system does not panic when change is this small. It slips under the alarm. The first week was hard in a stupid way. Yoshi would finish his plate and stare at the pan, the fridge, the snacks. His mind screamed, "You are still hungry. You always eat more than this." He set a timer, waited 20 minutes. Most days, the urge faded. His body had enough. It was his habit that was starving. At their next visit, he had lost 3 kilos. It is not about the number, the doctor said. It is about direction. For the first time in years, you are walking toward your own life instead of away from it. Now he taught Yoshi a word, Hara Hachi Bu. Eat until you are lightly full, not stuffed. Respect the line between enough and too much. Your food is not the real problem, he said. It is the way you cross your own limits without noticing. Weeks passed. The morning water continued. The smaller plates became normal. Then the doctor added movement. After your water, before work, you will walk to the end of your street and back. That is all. Yoshi laughed. That is not exercise. It is not meant to be, the doctor replied. It is a signal to your brain, to your legs, to your life. We are not a person who stays seated all day anymore. 10 houses today, maybe more later, but we start with 10 houses. On the third morning, his daughter saw him tying his shoes. Where are you going, Dad? Just to the corner and back. Can I come? They walked together. She held his hand and told him a story about school he would have missed in front of a screen. Can we do this every day? She asked. He swallowed. Yes, every day. That simple walk did more than move his body. It moved the story his children were telling themselves about their father. 3 months later, Yoshi had lost weight. Yes, but more importantly, he had kept 3 promises to himself. Water before phone, less food on the plate, walk to the corner. Then came his first real fall, a big family dinner. Everyone eating more, drinking more, relatives pushing food at him. Come on, one day won't matter. You're not on one of those crazy diets, are you? He gave in. He ate until his stomach hurt. He went home angry at himself. The next morning, the old voice whispered, "You ruined it. You always do." What's the point now? He almost did not drink the water. Almost. Then, he remembered something the doctor had said in passing. You will fail. When that happens, we will discover whether you have changed or not. He forced himself to stand in the kitchen. He drank the water. He walked to the corner. That afternoon, he sat in the doctor's office again, ashamed. I messed up, he said. I ate like I used to. I wanted to quit everything. The doctor asked, Did you drink the water this morning? Yes. Did you walk? Yes. Then you did not fail, he said. You stumbled. There is a difference. When you stumble, you keep moving. When you fall, you stay on the ground. He wrote a word on a piece of paper, Wabi-sabi. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is complete. Nothing stays the same. Your journey will have ugly days. That does not erase the beautiful ones. One heavy meal does not erase 3 months of walking. Then he wrote another word, Gambaru. This means to endure, to continue even when it is uncomfortable. You practiced Gambaru this morning. You felt disgusted with yourself and still kept your smallest promise. For the first time in his life, Yoshi realized change did not die when he broke the rule. It died when he stopped returning. Over the next months, he stumbled many times. There were late nights. There were extra portions. There were days he only walked to the mailbox. But every time, he came back to the same 3 anchors. Water before screens. Less food than before. Some distance on his feet. Slowly, something inside him shifted. One day the doctor asked, "When was the last time you thought about giving up completely?" Yoshi frowned. He could not remember. "You see," the doctor said, "at the start you were a man trying to change. That requires a lot of effort. Now you are simply living differently. Effort is still there, but identity is helping. Kaizen gave you method," he continued. "Hara Hachi Bu taught you moderation. Wabi-sabi gave you compassion for your imperfect days. Gambaru gave you the strength to keep walking. And Ikigai?" Yoshi asked quietly. The doctor smiled. "Tell me again why you are doing all this." Yoshi thought of the toy under the couch, of his daughter's hand in his, of walking her down an aisle many years from now. "I want to be there," he said, "fully there, for them, and for me." "That is your Ikigai?" the doctor said. "Your reason. It is not about a number on a scale. It is about the life on the other side of your habits. If you are listening to this, there is probably a habit you are tired of losing too. Maybe it is food. Maybe it is your phone. Maybe it is something darker. You do not need a heroic program. You need one microscopic promise you will not break. So choose it now. 1 glass of water before any screen, or 5 push-ups before bed, or 1 page of a book instead of 10 minutes of scrolling. Make it so small you would feel silly failing at it. Do it for 14 days, every day, no exceptions. At the end, you will not have transformed your entire life. You will have done something more important. You will have proved that your word to yourself means something. Once you know that, you can add another small change, and another, until one day you look in the mirror and realize you are no longer the person who tries to change. You are the person who quietly keeps going, one tiny step at a time, for as long as it takes.